What is going on, everybody? My name is Northy, and this is going to be a very weird intro to my review video for round 8, because I had well and truly convinced myself that I was not going to win this week. This week was our week off, basically, because things just didn't go my way. Last minute outs, players who had to play certain roles and weren't as impactful as they were, how much I thought they would be. They've gone ahead now and somehow given me a prize card. I don't know what it's for. There's some modes that I'm almost certain it can't be, but I'm legitimately believing that it's all of them. I don't know how I'm a prize winner this week, but that's what, 4 in a row? Is that 4? This is ridiculous at the moment. We'll choose it later. We'll find out where it is, because there's some game modes that I'm like, no shot that I've won. Let's go to Star Powers first, because if this is where I've won, I give up. We're going to have a look here. Reason I don't think it's Star Powers. Noah Anderson was unfortunately 30 minutes or so before the game, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. He was a late out. He was no longer playing in the game against, I believe it was, I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it? I think it was Sydney. Yeah, it was against Sydney. He was unfortunately a late out. So you'll see here, it has him under 103, so I don't know why that's the case. But we'll check around here. I've got 108 points for Paddy Cripps. Okay, so the scores haven't updated for each player. Has the ladder? No, the ladder hasn't. So then how have I got a prize card? Wait, what's going on? What did I get a prize card for then? So nothing's changed. It definitely won't be this, because Maxi Gorn wasn't that good. I don't know what it was. So it can't have been this. It must have been top 18, but it doesn't actually show me. Let's check what prize card it was. So it was top team. Top team was a winner. It's not down here. It does have a lot of pick me, which I'm really hoping doesn't mean we want to Star Power somehow. There's a lot of pick me's here, and then there's the album, so I'm just assuming that we got a top team win this week. But I'll come back once the scores are updated. I don't know what to do. This is ridiculous right now. We got a top team nonetheless, but we will be back in just a second. I will try and figure out what's going on here. Alright, so I've done a quick refresh of the site. We are back here, not too long after I stopped there, but the scores have now updated, and a few unfortunate things. We go to Star Powers first, and I will show you now what exactly I meant. Noah Anderson, there we go. 0 points. He was a late out. Really unfortunate for us. Nothing I can do. It was literally just a last-second change. So Noah Anderson, unfortunately, was the reason we lost. But Paddy Cripps with 119. That's awesome. Sean Darcy was a very close second, so either one would have been fine. Josh Kelly with an okay game. Double points gives us 150 there. Luke Parker also with an okay game, 82. It's just really unfortunate because both of our all 3 of our double points players either didn't play or had a below average game compared to last week, which does suck. It really does suck. Paddy Cripps did amazing, and Charlie Cameron kicked a fair few goals. So definitely one of the better choices for our Star Powers team this week. Again, the reason we lost, I believe, is because we picked Noah Anderson. If we picked Bailey Smith up, would have been 81 points. If we got a double, it would have made it 162. As I mentioned, that code unfortunately did not work, so we did not have him. I think I still would have kept Noah Anderson in there. It literally is just, I got really unlucky with this one this week. And unfortunately, we finished with 269 in the ranking, 511 points in total. And we drop out of the top 10, 1 point out now. It literally was just, we got unlucky as all hell. Ridiculously unlucky. We're 200 points now behind 6th place. If we had a double points player that was playing, we could very easily have gone up a position. I think we would have stayed in top 10. But because of Noah Anderson's unfortunate positioning out of the team, I can't remember whether it was for a late injury or not, we missed out on the top 30 by more than 200 points, 210 points, which is really unfortunate. It's not what we were hoping for in the slightest, so hopefully things look a little bit better next week. Just really, I can't stress how sad I was when I found Noah Anderson was out, because I knew that was what we were highest in the rankings for. and I realized very, very quickly that that was going to be the reason we got knocked out, or we weren't even close to a Star Powers prize card. Just unfortunate, really, really unfortunate stuff. But we go back to the homepage because that means our prize card comes from top team, as I showed you before, which hopefully means the scores have been updated. We'll go over to top 4 first. I don't think this was the winner. Oh my goodness, we actually did quite poorly. A lot. We did really poorly this week, but you can see here, rank number 136 is currently the highest rank out of the people in the top 4 this week. So it was just a pure toss-up. No one in here is too common of a name. So for that reason, we stick in the top 10. We actually go down to 9. I think we were number 9 in top to 18. No, I can't remember. We were top 9 somewhere. But we're still in the top 10 here. It was just a week of unpredictability. Thankfully, even with this team, we did alright. Lockie Neal did okay, 100 points there. Hugh McCluggage ended up being the player of the week. So I don't know whether that's surprising or not. I honestly am not too sure just yet, but we'll see what happens in the top 18. Jack Crisp did play alright, got himself 99. Blitzars was the big one, the big Batman this week. Brayshaw, every single time he makes fun of me. He pops up every now and then. Maxi Gorn was actually not too good this week. Toby Nankervis and Sean Darcy should have realised that Sean Darcy would have had a great week against North Melbourne. Max Gorn, unfortunately, not as good as he has been previously. And Bailey Smith continues his poor stretch of form at 81 points. Tom Lynch with 131 back-to-back weeks as the best forward. Did not see that coming this season, I won't lie. But we have a check here. The weekly best players were Blitzarves, McCluggage, Lynch, and Darcy. But we go over from top 4 as we finish 369. We go over to top 18, and this apparently was our winning lineup. And I can see it for sure. I think a few players that may have let us down was Josh Dunkley. He wasn't as all over it as he usually is. 60 points. He was really trying to make it difficult, but still, I think he was one of the only poor performers. He was the only one at 60. The rest of them, the lowest after that was 96. So we'll take that. We'll take that. It is not too bad. But then we go to, yeah, we've seen the ruckman already. Our backline, I think, stayed pretty strong. We look here. Yes, that's what we love to see. Dougal Howard was the best Saints backman, but we got Blitzarves, thankfully. Blitzarves has been really good for us. Chris, Sinclair, Sicily, and Stewart all lined up together, and then Short just a little bit underneath. That's a really, really good back week. I'm really happy with that. I think we picked the right players for the right team, and then I think the forward line wasn't too bad either this week. I don't think we didn't have Tom Lynch, but yeah, that's really good too. Dylan Moore in there. We got Zach Bailey. I expected him to do all right against West Coast. He got 20 disposals and a few goals. Oh, just one goal, but still very impactful. If Bailey Smith had done better, it would have helped us. But Dusty in his first game back gave us 80. Charlie Cameron got a high score with 4 goals, I believe. Luke Jackson was the poor performer, unfortunately. No goals, very low impact. Could have been because he was just coming back from his health and safety protocols. But I think I would have picked Shea Bolton, if I'm being honest. Maybe we go Tom Lynch next week, I'm not sure. But a lot of small players this week, and if we are to swap any out, I think it's going to be Lynch and Jackson. But who knows, maybe Lynch's time is up. He's kicked a lot of goals, and that's what's kept him up there. So this was our team, and apparently this was the winner. So let's see how we went. Number 7. Hey, we like number 7. We'll take that for sure. And it brings us down to rank 12 for the top 18. That's really, really good. We are at the top for season rank, which is really, really good. Meaning now, out of everything, the big positive is that for the entire season, we are the highest we've got is rank 12. Obviously, that helps getting us a top 10 finish in top team. It was really the most unexpected week to get a prize card because we did so poorly in Star Powers, completely out of our own, gathering. We couldn't do much. And then from there, we also had a horrible week in top 4. Just a lot of players who we thought would explode like they have been, just not performing up to their standard. Like Chris was doing regular 100s and then getting himself just under that this week. Look, I can't complain about Chris too much. He did pretty much his job. It was just Lockie Neal. No, Lockie Neal did his job too. That gives us 200. It was Max Gawn and Bailey Smith who let us down. If we had put Sean Darcy in there, like I probably would have if I was playing smart, and a forward who I think may have done better. Maybe Zach Bailey, but that wouldn't change anything. Dylan Moore, that'd change up 8 points. I think there's not much we would have done differently for forwards. We would have just been under 400. It would have gotten us at least closer than 369. We weren't really going to pick out a solid team here. I think if there's a switch up, it could be Blitzarves. I think Blitzarves definitely deserves the upgrade. He's been going and playing out of his mind. I think next week, big change is going to be Chris for either Tom Stewart or Mark Blitzarves, completely depending on who they're playing. We'll have to find out in the tips, but the top 18 is the one that saves us this week. The one we were doing the most poorly with ends up being our saving grace. That's awesome, and we go up, I believe, 4 ranks, which is really good for a rank 7 for the round. To see all these players who are not even in the top 20, and then myself sitting clear at 12th, it's a good feeling because it means everyone in the top 20 so far did not get a top 10 finish, meaning we're making that quick catch up, that quick gain, which is awesome. That's exactly what we like to see. Congratulations to all the new people as well who've managed to get into the top 10 for round 8. That's awesome. You love seeing the season rankings. You love seeing all this, especially 400s, getting themselves a prize card. It shows that literally, if you're having a tough season, it shows that any week you can get a prize card. Literally any week. It may seem impossible, but the good things that you need to happen at the right time, and you get yourself a prize card just like that. Just like how I opened up a spot for somebody with Noah Anderson not playing up to his standard. It literally balances itself out. Probably would have been best to put Darcy Parish in this week, but then again, Josh Kelly had such a good week, I couldn't keep him out. I think it was one of those things where I was damned if I did, damned if I didn't, and it just so happened to go that way. Realistically, the big change I would have made if it was possible was Noah Anderson, but then again, it would have just given us a pretty average score. It wouldn't have given us such a poor score, don't get me wrong, but we definitely could have done better. Quickly just looking through here as well, I believe GP has won 2 prize cards this week. I think I saw Sully. I don't know whether he was already in here, but he's ranked. We got 1, 2, 3, and 6 for star powers this week. So very, very interesting to see so many. I know Bod is a viewer of the channel, so thank you very much. I appreciate that, mate. I think his name's Matthew. But we got to keep ourselves in touch with this top 10 here, otherwise we're going to fall out very, very... What the... Wait, hold on. What the... What? Wait, hold on. Is this someone doing a shout out? Hey, shout out this person if they're actually... That's incredible. I've just picked that up. That's amazing. If that is an actual view of the channel, congratulations, mate. You're my favorite. Oh, I was just pointing out names. I can't believe I picked that up. Hey, mate, how you doing? That is quite honestly the best. Oh, wow. I didn't even... That's incredible. Hey, shout out you, man. Shout out you. Oh, man. Is he anywhere else? I don't know. Oh, wow. That has made my night. That's top notch. Hey, shout out whoever did that. Shout out to the owner of that account. That's incredible. But, yeah. Really, really good outcome considering the situation we were dealt with. Wow. I'm quite honestly shocked to see that. But this is what we're looking at going into round 9. Now, I'm going to be going to Tasmania to see this game. I'm hoping and praying that somehow things go right. I don't know, man. I can't trust my team. I just can't. But looking at these lineups so far, there's some pretty tough matchups. I'll do the obvious ones right now. Not as obvious as I thought, but And I think that's all that's really obvious. That's the only obvious pick out. Some could maybe argue St Kilda versus Geelong and it'd be Geelong because Saints have performed pretty poorly as of late, but I don't know. It's a little bit more difficult than I would imagine. This I wouldn't have picked at all to be a difficult choice, but it really is. Hawthorn versus Richmond. Hawthorn have kind of been a little bit poor as of late. Their loss to Essendon has me second guessing how good they are this season. Maybe just a good stretch of form. Sydney have been performing quite poorly at Sydney as of late. I think they lost to Gold Coast at Sydney, which is just unbelievable to think about. But I still trust them to beat Essendon. I still think they can do it. Shout out Essendon for winning last round, by the way. That was really, really good. Those are all the tips I'm going to make for the moment, though. We're going to check the score of last round. I don't think it was too great. We got ourselves 6 out of 9. I think that's the same as last week, yeah. Few obvious ones, like the obvious one, Fremantle over North. Everyone kind of expected that. I think everyone expected Geelong over GWS. Brisbane over Eagles. Not as big as we all thought, but very expected. And same goes with Carlton versus Adelaide. I think a lot of people expected that too. But unexpected results. Essendon beating Hawthorn. That was really unexpected with the way Essendon's season has been going. This one was a little bit of a tough one. Richmond versus Collingwood, but glad that Richmond was able to get over the top. Power beating the Dogs. Now, maybe I should have expected this with the way the Dogs have been playing so far and Bont being out, but I still had faith in the Dogs to do it. But the Power proved me wrong, and their season is still alive after everyone thought it was completely out of the water. But no, Power doing all right now. Like I mentioned, Sydney losing to Gold Coast at the SCG, I believe, if I am thinking and remembering correctly. That is a big shock. I did not expect that at all. I did have a lot of faith that Melbourne would beat St Kilda. I just didn't think it would be that confidently. And I think that's about it from all of it. That wasn't expected tips. Again, the upsets being Essendon beating Hawthorn, Gold Coast beating Sydney. I don't know whether you call Power beating the Dogs an upset, but I think you would if we were talking early season. And those are probably the only massive upsets that we can think about right now. Everything else, everyone was probably a lot more, understandable of. They kind of knew that it was coming, but wow, this has been a week. This episode had so much. We had the top team finish that somehow went well at number 7. We've got a good viewer who's literally named an account after these videos. I can't believe that this is a real thing. That's hilarious. Shout out that dude, man. I still can't get over that. That's amazing. And he squeaked in. Shout out the boy. But thank you so much for watching these videos. Clearly you guys like it. Clearly. But I really appreciate all of it. It's really overwhelming and really, it makes me happy to see it all happen. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed what we saw, I almost completely went without it. We're going to pick our player here. We've already picked Jaden Stevenson, so realistically we could pick anyone we wanted here. Because of Tom Lynch's form, we're going to be picking Tom Lynch. I think he deserves a pick here. Yeah, we're gonna pick up Tom Lynch there. I don't think it's a bad choice at all. I know a lot of people will say he's a flog, but he's had 2 really, really good performances in a row. And you know what? May as well pick him up. Richmond cards do tend to be very popular, so hopefully they don't run out. But oh my god, Jesus, we've now got 5 prize cards. Wow, did not expect this in the slightest. Thank you all so much for watching this video. We'll go to the outro now. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Trying to hit 800 subscribers and then eventually 1,000 as soon as possible. So any bit of help is always appreciated. But thank you still so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.